it's Tanya with Red Cardinal Crafts, and today I just wanted to do a flip through of one of my Moleskine sketchbooks. And this one I did not date at the beginning. You should always do a date at the beginning and a date when you finish the sketchbook. I'm still currently using it. There are a few spaces that I could fill in with some drawings, but for the most part I'm calling this done. And I've had this sketchbook for probably about 7 years now. And yeah, I'll just do a flip through and just show you some of the things I've done in here. Starting off, I have this little guy peeking in the corner, and this idea of all the little faces, I was going to do the entire thing like that, and it just never got done. But that's one of those things where like I can keep going in and filling some things in. And these stickers here are from an artist that I follow on YouTube, and her name on YouTube is Iraville. She's a German artist. She's brilliant. I have 2 of her prints framed on my wall, and they're beautiful. And whenever she sends things, she'll put some of her stickers inside, which is really nice. These are 2 of my own stickers. These are my Disney kind of manga style characters that I did. It's a little girl with the button eyes, a la Coraline. And then I did some marker around her as a little shadow, but it kind of bleeds through on the other side, so that's frustrating, but that's okay. And these are some other designs that I've done. This is Robot Baby. I have that design available in my Redbubble shop. This is a little chibi character. It's like a manga anime kind of character, and I tried to play around with that idea after watching some videos on YouTube, and I really don't like that style. I don't like the big eyes and stuff. And as you guys know, I usually do small eyes. I usually don't do a nose. My little robot has a nose, but for most of my drawings, I never put a nose. This guy has quite the nose, and so does this guy. So I just play around with some different styles. This is the end of my clicky eraser here. I was drawing that one day. I have an angry looking clown for some reason. This page here, sometimes I'll go back. Her face was completely different, and I went back one day and worked on it. I'll change some of my drawings if I'm in the mood, and I probably shouldn't do that. I should probably leave well enough alone, but I don't. This is some more like anime, manga, chibi kind of style characters. I liked this one, kind of a Minnie Mouse little character, and then this guy down here. So those were my ideas for the idea for these stickers that I was working on. This page here, really don't like this character. I shouldn't be negative about my stuff, but I was trying a style and I just didn't like it. This one here, I went in and changed her face, so it's a little bit better than it was, but I still prefer my kind of cartoon style. And I think I just need to accept that, because I think I keep trying to reinvent myself, especially when I watch other artists on YouTube and I'm like, oh my god, I love their style. Let me try to replicate it. And it's a really bad thing to get into. Create your own style. And that's what I have to keep telling myself. Like, do my own thing. I always do somewhat wide set eyes. These guys have great big eyes, and she has bigger eyes. I do like this character, and I like how I outlined her in the dark black, but yeah, I'm still, I think, trying to find my style. This page I tried to do a little bit of color with some of my things. Usually when I have my sketchbook with me, I'll take a little pencil case. This is the one that I use here. The brand is Sack Roots, and I love it. It's like almost feels like a plastic, but it's really nice. And inside I keep some of my Copic markers, and I'll usually have like a Pitt artist marker. This one's in small, just for my outlines. And I do have some pencil leads, and I'll keep my extra pencil and eraser in there. So, and I just do a variety of colors, and these are the colors that I've chosen to keep with me. So it's a little bit of a rainbow set of colors, couple different greens, couple different yellows and blues. But yeah, so that's what I carry with me when I have, usually with this Moleskine. And I'll show you one of the drawings that I did recently and used those markers with it. But yeah, it's fun to have some color once in a while in a sketchbook. And even just doing something like this and outlining it, it just makes that drawing pop. and I really like it. The only flaw is that the marker will bleed through, but that's okay. It's a sketchbook. It's supposed to be fun and creative. This one I changed her very much. I changed her eyes and I changed her smile. I was just kind of working on just some different like expressions. This one I did little hands and it says peace. There's another one of those chibi dolls that I do not enjoy. This one I was happy with. Kind of has like a princess little look to her. There's a couple more of my little guys there. Again, I was playing with the large eyes, and I'm not really a fan, but something to try. Her I like. She's okay. This one was kind of, she has little stitching and stuff. It's sort of like a rag doll. This guy I love. I came up with him. I just think he's so cute, and I'd love to use him in a book at some point. This one is actually a scribble. I did this funny little scribble, and I'll do that once in a while if I can't think of something to draw. So I just did the little scribble and then created, like I'll do that and then turn it around till I see sort of an image in it. And then I drew that lady. My attempt at Yoda there. This day I was working with colored pencil. I dated this. This is June 23rd, 2013. This was June 22nd. So I played with colored pencil. Not something I usually use, but I just wanted to try it. Jumble, Jangle, and Jingle, those were little elves that I created when I was working on one of my card-in-the-box designs. This was Bryn sitting on the couch, and I think she had a tin of Pringles or it was a water bottle. I'm not sure. Probably a water bottle. This is Mickey as done in Muppet style. I was trying something there as if he was more furry, if his ears were more furry and he had a big Muppet nose. This is a character I'm working on currently. Yoga Girl. This I was just playing with some watercolor in here, and I wanted to try it with watercolor and marker just to see how it would work out. Some little feet and some of my digital drawings. Again, this is one of those pages that if I want to work on feet, I can go back and there's still some space on these pages that I can go and still work in this book. These are some more of my digital stamps that I have on my Etsy shop. Some of my characters. My little bunny. Mermaid. It's currently Mermaid, which is, it's like Inktober, and you can do a whole bunch of mermaids for the month of May. I did one yesterday for my my daily drawing, but I don't think I'm going to continue with the monthly competition. I think it's just going to be too much because I try to do my daily drawings. I'm still trying to work on my website and do videos like this. So this was me working out expenses for the craft market when I lived in Bermuda, and this was stuff that for my website expenses. Some more of my characters, Tin Man and stuff. I drew Olaf because my niece Kylie wanted to give her friend Michaela a birthday card, and she wanted Olaf on there. This was a crochet doll that I made. If you see my craft site when I do my crochet stuff, this was one of the dolls that I made. This was for my nephew, and it was getting close to Christmas, and it was supposed to be for Christmas. This was December 4th, 11 p.m., eyes closing, time for bed. I was getting very tired. This was in our room one night. I just had the light from my book light, and this is the bureau at the end of the bed. And then I drew a little gangster and then fell asleep. These are my manga Disney characters. I have the rest of the stickers at the back of this book. This is Mariel and me and Stacy. Those are my friends in Florida. This is Peach, our chicken that we had in Bermuda, and I drew her like a Muppet, like with the Muppet style eyes. And she used to hide in the plant pot all the time. This is a tree that I did. It's wearing a girdle. I did that January 26, 2016. Customer of mine wanted a girl on a horse, so I drew that for her. This is I did a little dragon and my Once Upon a Time characters. I was working on some Mother's Day card in a box designs. I got BB-8, I was drawing a little witch. And then this was for one of my boxes last year. I believe that was the December box. I think so, yeah, because my accents were silver. And then these were my Project Life cards that were going to go in the box, and I was trying to figure out what they'd say. Some Star Wars characters. Princess Leia and R2-D2. I did that on, I believe that's on my Redbubble site. Yeah, I think I might have gotten in trouble for that one. You're not allowed to use like licensed merchandise, and I try to do it each time, and I get in trouble every time. This is my business card designs. These were for a Mother's Day card, I believe, that I did. Some Harry Potter things I'm working on. This was in the airport in Vancouver last summer. We were getting ready to go to Halifax, and we had a long layover. And yeah, this was last August, and we were at gate C31. And these were some of the passengers. I loved this lady. She was a very thin, pointy lady, and I thought I captured her really well. And she had this funny little bag on her back with these giant flowers, and they were big red pom-poms. They were the neatest thing. And this guy was very into his salad and his cell phone. I thought he was hilarious. And then there's Kerrigan and Bryn. This lady had bright yellow capri pants on. This guy was working on his iPad and had it resting nicely on his belly. And this lady was, oh my gosh, she had so many colors. She had this bright pink jacket and a red suitcase and a purple hat and yellow shoes. Yellow or orange? I think they were orange shoes. And the same day I said to Kerrigan, I said, what should I draw? And she said, draw a little boy in a tutu. This was from a magazine, and it was just fashion magazine, and I made them into like my cartoon style. This is my sister's trailer. We were camping last summer, and unfortunately I did marker on the other side of the page on the back side, and it bled through, so I kind of wrecked it. The little bit of red is because there was a red camping chair, there was a red bag on the thing, and there was something, oh, red part of the cooler that was sitting there. But I had done these designs on the back, and these are fun to work on, just like little shapes and stuff. I really like doing those. That was in the fall. I did those when I was at work on my lunch break. And I did this one too. This was at the border back in February. We were driving up to Vancouver to go to a hockey game, and that was the border crossing there. This was a crane that I talk about in one of my recent videos that I said that we were driving through and leaving BC, and I saw a crane in the distance, and I've never known how to draw a crane. I got a couple pages here I don't want to share yet. It's something I'm working on. Then this was, this is part of my daily drawings that I do. This one I decided to put color, and I've only done color on a few days. I just prefer to do the pencil, and it's usually because I'm working and it's either at lunch and I don't have markers with me, or it's late and I'm getting tired and I just do a quick pencil drawing. But this was kind of the beginning of my daily drawings, and I started off, my first one is in this little Moleskine. And all I planned to do was this drawing here. I did math because I was practicing for my test at work. But that was the first one. And then I kept it going, and I have a lot of my daily drawings in here. And I have a lot in here. I have a lot in another sketchbook, which is currently in my purse because I'm getting ready to go to work. And I'll work on them on my lunch break some days. And I love looking back because I have the dates and stuff, and sometimes I don't even need the date, but I've actually referred to things when I've had to remember something. This was a crazy, crazy day at work, and I needed to refer back to it, so I'll go through my Instagram and go, okay, where is that picture? Oh yes, that was the date, January 12th. So it was a crazy day. It was a Friday, and it was just really, it was nuts. But it's just funny to look back, and I remember the mood. I remember that day. I remember this day, going for a walk in the neighborhood. I remember this was back in February. The kids were going to a concert, and we dropped them off, and then Scott and I walked around in University Village, and it was freezing outside. And it got messed up because I did this drawing on the other page. We went up to Vancouver in February, like I mentioned, and this was the view from our window. So I had my markers with me, and I sat in front of the window for 2 days and worked on this. And I was quite proud of this. I was pretty happy with how it turned out. And a little seagull, actually he was a giant seagull, came to visit me each day. I have the date of when Bryn picked out her prom dress. I have the date and the drawing of when Kerrigan got her braces off. So it's really fun. That was my Shamrock Shake this past March. So it's fun. And there's my other manga stickers for the Disney characters. So those are available on my Redbubble site. There's another one of Ira's stickers. So as you can see, there's a few spots left in this sketchbook. But yeah, for the most part, I'm calling it done. And if you're keeping a sketchbook, it's fun to work at it and try to find your style. And a great place to get some inspiration, you can go obviously on the internet, go on YouTube and Pinterest, but I love going to the bookstores. I've been in Barnes & Noble, and Barnes & Noble has a huge children's section if that's what you're interested in. And there's so many different styles in children's books. And it's a great source of inspiration. And I did a couple little video clips of some of the books that they have in the bookstore. Some of my favorites are the You Are Not Small. I love the simplicity of that and the outlines, and the Stick and Stone. That one's really cute. I think my favorite books when the kids were little were the Laura Numeroff and Felicia Bond. I love those books, the If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. But my favorite books at this point now are Mother Bruce, Hotel Bruce, which is another one, and Bruce's Big Move is one of the new ones. And it's just great to go and look at some of these books and get inspiration. And I even bought Mother Bruce. I love this book. I love his style. I love the use of color, and I love everything outlined in black. And a lot of my influences for finding my style started when I was young, and I loved Flintstones because the Flintstones were outlined in black, like solid black colors. And I love Blue's Clues when the kids were growing up and everything was outlined in black. And a lot of my craft things that I do, I outline everything in black, and I outline the crafts themselves with black paper. But like something like this page, I mean, this is just beautiful. I love the thick marker. I think also because I used to go down to my grandmother's and I used to draw, and she always had these big black markers, like something you'd write the label on a package with, and they smelled so strong. I love the smell of them. But I used to draw with these big, thick black markers, and maybe that's where it started for me as well. But I love his use of color and the white space, but I love the black lines. So it's worth taking a trip to the bookstore and finding your style there. But I hope you're keeping a sketchbook, and it's just fun to look back and see how I've drawn things over the years, and you know, how I work on my style and I attempt other styles, but I keep going back to my own, I guess. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I'll have another sketchbook at some point to go through, and I will be back with some more videos soon. All right, thanks for watching. Take care. See ya.